Alrighty, looks like we are live. Today is not a planned stream, but a holiday in the United States, so figured why not? Let's do it. Yeah, President's Day. Hello, Catherine. Hello, hello. But yeah, today is what is today? 2020, February 17th. And yeah, the plan is today to work on some more of my syntax highlighter stuff. A few updates from last time. I was gonna stream yesterday, but then then the thing that I thought would take like, I don't know, an hour or so, I looked down and then looked up and it was like 8 hours later, and so that's not a thing. Let me show you that though. I took our friend the Python and has now been converted into an SVG, so you can have this at any resolution that you would want. Hey, what's up, Brainwashed? Hello, hello. Well, well, well. Yeah, this took way long. Back for another session of disappointment. Oof. I mean, you're probably not wrong. But yeah, this took way too long to do, mostly because I was doing the SVG by hand. I would not recommend doing SVGs by hand. Well, fortunately what I was doing, I took a couple of other SVGs and then modified them and moved them around, which actually made the thing not so bad. So the way this works, so I stole this hand from some SVG emoji, and I grabbed the Python logo. That one was easy. The Python logo had some like weird gradients and was like sized really strangely, so I changed the size, basically just scaled it up. I wrote some code to do that. Do I still have that code? I do still have that code. It's pretty disgusting, but this is the code that helps me scale the Python logo, because originally it was like skewed way off to one side and like really small. So this undid the translate, and then this scaled it up in size. And yes, there's this terrible, awful regex right here. Hey, what's up, Big Jug Sova? Hello, hello. Now it says, wait, merch I'm totally going to pretend to buy? I mean, I haven't made it yet. But I can now make it. It is now possible. Hey, what's up, Toddy? Brainwash says, Anthony knows I'm joking. I can't judge him when the most complex function I wrote is an add xy function, and to this day, I don't know why it crashes when I input add 0, 0. Oh no. Oh no. But yeah, I wrote this like terrible regex, which actually like can be explained. So first there's a look behind that looks for either a space or a comma. Then a negative look ahead that says don't look for a space or a comma. This prevents it from being an empty string. Actually, this isn't necessary anymore. This is for the first version. But it's harmless. It just makes the regex slightly slower. So I can actually get rid of that. Then it finds a decimal, or yeah, like a decimal number, followed by a comma, followed by another decimal number, and then a forward look ahead for a space or a comma. And so basically I was looking for coordinate pairs and then modifying those coordinate pairs. And it works. It's how I produced this. I also did some other stuff. I did some streamy stuff, so hold up. This might be a little bit jarring because I'm usually really bad with scenes and I don't know if I did this properly. But I have this scene, which is like, you know, glamorous selfie mode. But I spent some time on this. I don't know, the colors are kind of TBD, but it works. It kind of fits with the theme of everything. And then I'm just showing you guys the scenes. So if I'm just like sitting here and chatting, not writing code, we can go to this scene. Because it seems like a lot of other, you know, programmer streamers do this sort of thing. So, but I'll probably forget to use them and still use this mode almost all of the time because that's just how I roll. But I did set those up, so that is a thing now. I also did a couple of little things. A couple of little things on my highlighter. I was reading through the spec and seeing if there were other things that I missed. So this is one of the things I missed. Apparently capture is an alias for begin and end, so this is just a easy way to do this. Oh, the BRB screen is muted. Clever. I didn't do that intentionally, but I guess it works out that way. Cool. That's probably a bug. I should probably fix that. Hey, what's up, Bix Plays? Hello, hello. Do you use Streamlabs or OBS? I use OBS. This is my OBS. It's right here. You can see there's me. Right, you can't hear me talk when I go to that screen. But yeah, those are those. It sits down in the bottom corner of my screen, away from everything else. But yeah, it gets the job done. Okay, but yeah, this was just something I read from the spec. It didn't actually change any of the highlighted outputs, but it's just like a correctness thing. Oh, I love this song. This song is so good. Oh. Yeah, so if we check out the version from last time, my little clever hack didn't work in anything but Python 3.8, and I actually haven't found the change that makes this possible. VM36. Now it says also, look at Mr. Lucky, you got a shout out in front of 300 plus viewers. Yeah, Noop Cat gave me a shout out on her stream, which was very nice. I really appreciated that. That was pretty cool. Yeah, imagine if my stream was that big. It'd be wild. So if I downgraded Python 3 to Python 3.6 and then and then I try and run my demo, I get this unhashable typed dictionary because my little hack for the lookup thing does not work. Apparently in Python 3.6 this is not hashable, which actually, I mean, I think that behavior makes more sense than the one that I was seeing. Mostly in that this function has a reference to this unhashable thing, and so the hash of this should be related to the hash of this. But yeah, I didn't really have a good explanation for that, but that's why that fails. So I fixed that, and the way I fixed that was making things hashable. That's not how you show a git commit. I guess, how did you add the chat plugin? Oh, I'm actually using so I'm using OBS to do the recording, but I'm using Streamlabs. Oh, fuck. If you wiggle Windows in Windows, it minimizes everything else. I gotta get everything back. I always forget about that. But yeah, there's a chat plugin built into Streamlabs, and you just like configure it slightly. In my case, let me see if I can show that on screen. Widgets, chat. As I don't show that, I should. Yeah, so there's a little widget section here. Don't click this button because it will show. What I assume is an API key. But then I checked some boxes here. These are unchecked to begin with. I changed the text color so it was a little bit off-white instead of blindingly white. I changed it so it doesn't hide messages because I don't know. I like being able to see all of the messages there. No filtered bad words, so I'm gonna regret that eventually. And then I made some changes to CSS. I think these are the ones that I added. This makes it so that yeah, you can say fuck as much as you want. That'll show up. Oh, do the Pythons show up? Yeah, the Pythons show up. Nice. But yeah, I had to add this so that it didn't like So that the text wraps. Good on this. Yeah, see how knowledge's message wraps? Before it would just like cut off for some reason, so fix that. Was an interesting one. But yeah, apparently you can customize this with like JavaScript and stuff too, which is wild. I would say I'm not clever enough to do this. It's more that I just don't have enough time. So it is a thing that you can do, but I have not done that. But yeah, that's how I set that up. But you're right, Catherine. I should do like a tutorial where I describe everything about my, oddly complicated setup, which just keeps getting more and more complicated, it feels like. Bixplay says there are no bad words, only words associated with bad things. It's fair. Although, I don't know, I think there are some words that are objectively bad. You should use Python 2.7, filter that out. Yeah, that'd be a fun filter word to just filter Python 2.7. True smart people use JavaScript. Real programmers only use JavaScript. I'm pretty sure real programmers only use CSS. That's the new meme. But yeah, anyway, made this Python logo mostly so I could do that. That's basically the reason. Oh, another thing that I was going to do, but again, like I spent 8 hours making this stupid SVG. I was gonna start recording some of the FAQs and put those up on YouTube, but I didn't get around to that. But if you guys have suggestions for like little short things that I could describe on a YouTube video, things like, what is the @ symbol? What are decorators? Like, I think I could put together a bunch of short videos like that and just do them kind of stream style where I just live code and record it and upload one take of it and see what happens. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Stanislav TS says, do you use the type system of Python for everything? All of my new stuff will use types and type checking. For now, my code is a little bit mixed. And unfortunately, I have a bunch of stuff that's still on Python 2.7. Should I just do repos? And we'll pull those. Because I have ported some of these to Python 3. Or I guess I ported some of these off of Python 2 more correctly. Yeah, any of my Python 3 plus stuff should be using type checking. There's one exception, and that was because I ported this one under duress and I didn't bother. Adding types because, well, one, because the types, the code for this is a little bit gnarly, and I probably need to do some like major refactoring to make this more amenable to adding types. But this is config V, which is a configuration validating language. It's what makes let's say we just fuck this up intentionally. It's what makes this nice error message here. So you can see like file precommit config.yaml at the config object, at repos, at this repository, at this key rev, expected string but got int. So it gives you like kind of a nice stack trace of like what went wrong in your configuration. Whereas like, it used to be JSON schema, and it used to be so ugly. I'm not saying that's pretty, but at least it's readable. But before, you used to get Come on, where's one of the error messages? They were so bad. Did no one post one in? Jesus. I swore there's one somewhere. Okay, yeah, here's like an example. You would get like this nonsense whenever something would be wrong. Actually, it would be worse. You would get... well, originally you would get this, and then I made it not clobbered, and you would get this. Failed validating type in schema items properties repo type string on instance 0 repo. This is actually exactly the same error as this, except this is what it would have been to trigger that arrow. Expected string but got none type on key rev. I think this is a little bit better than what it was before. But anyway, the code for this is a little more complicated than I would like. There's like some manually building of classes here, which the MyPy rightfully is like, what are you doing? So I need to like clean that up, make that less messy. Also, the types are pretty circular, just based on how this thing works. So I'll have to fix that up. But yeah, that one doesn't have type checking. The reason I ported it under duress is related to the virtual env release. Issue is closed. This one, yeah, you got this nice crash whenever you installed it on systems in Ubuntu, and the reason for this is it doesn't do diamond dependency resolution, and so it would use an old version of 6, and then virtualenv would crash on it. And so I fixed it by making config v not depend on 6, so it eliminates the diamond. It's not quite the correct fix for this, but it worked. So I did that. Real programmers program with HTML, right? Mixplay says, if I knew how, I would create a Twitch bot that blocks all mentions of the word coffee and replace it with some other words because I'm super addicted and always want some more. I actually don't have that problem. I don't drink any coffee, so. No. I don't mean to be haughty about it, it's just like something I don't do. Yeah. Tony asks, I don't know if I'm using bad, but the type system in Python doesn't work. When I put x int equals y and then reassign x to a string, it doesn't throw errors. Oh, you need to use a type checker. So the one that I use is MyPy, and you can run it over over Python source, but by default Python itself doesn't do any type checking. Ooh, knowledge. I like it. This is the meme that knowledge sent me. Real programmers only use CSS. Love it. Good. Did you post that in the channel too? It's pretty good. I like it. But anyway, let me unbreak this. Anyway, the plan for today... Oh, I guess let me show you this frozen dictionary thing. So this is my really crappy frozen dictionary. I only needed get items, so I didn't implement any of the other methods. And I hash up front. I could lazily evaluate the hashing, but it was necessary for... I mean, it's going to need to do that anyway, so I did it anyway. So I did that. And you know why that's funny? You know I don't, other than it's funny because it just is. Wait, who's the guy in the photo? Is that the like Go guy? Looks like. Could be wrong though. But yeah, I replaced the dictionary, which is not hashable, with something that is hashable, which is my little frozen dictionary wrapper. Technically, this is still, you could still mutate this dictionary, and that would break this frozen dict, but it's, I mean, it's good enough for what I needed. Then I had to replace all the dictionaries inside here. And this is unrelated. I don't know why that went into that same commit, but that fixed the Python 3.6 bug. And then I realized that I needed to Oh, this is example stuff. Then I realized that there's that doing a lookup like this is not going to work because there's $self, which can be used to include your own grammar. And so I changed that. He's the one guy that does game programming and has written his own language for it. What? His name is Joe Blow. Oh, interesting. He's very opinionated. Oh, that's funny. That makes it even better. But yeah, now my highlighter supports $self as an include target. There's one more include target, which is actually really hard to do, which means I'll have to refactor this not from grammar, but yet another thing here. But we'll do that some other time. But yeah, now I can highlight PowerShell. Here's a highlighting of a PowerShell script that I wrote. It's not complete, like it's missing some colors in some places, but like at least it can parse the grammar and, you know, kind of run without crashing. He also hates JavaScript. Nice. But yeah, so I can now highlight PowerShell, which is cool. What else? Oh, I realized that CSS is super, Markdown? Which one was it? Yeah. Git show name only. Oh, I started implementing this. So Markdown has like two slight differences that make it hard to do properly. Languages, Markdown. So the first is yeah, here we go. The first is it can include from other grammars. So Markdown can include CSS or you know, any of these other ones. I assume this is just the list of all the grammars, but you know, substitute out. But anyway, it can include all of these, which means I need to load every grammar all the time, always, and make them accessible to the grammars, which is fun. The other thing that I found, and I couldn't find this documented anywhere. None of the tutorials talk about this at all. So I think like it must be an extension from one of the editors, but I don't know what what it is. But anyway, there's this while attribute to rules, and I couldn't quite figure out how it works. My guess in how it works. So this is a block quote rule here. Sure. I know in BABI, shit. In BABI you can scroll by one line, but I don't think you can do that in Nano. BABI is better. But the problem with this rule is it has a begin key and it doesn't have an end key. So there's no like normally the way they work is you begin key, you add another level to your stack, and then until you hit the end key, you parse as that set of rules. Then when you hit the end key, you pop out of that stack and you go back to the original parsing. I don't know how this one works. My guess, I could be wrong. My guess is that it tries this at each line, but it might not be each line. It might be each step, and like this always has to be true. It'd have to be line though. Yeah, this would have to be line. Because if you're parsing embedded stuff... Oh, I guess if you're parsing embedded stuff... How does this work? No, yeah, that must be how it works. I don't know. The TTS for bits, is it activated? Yes, I think so. Do you want me to check? I can check that for you. See. Here's the test button. Let's see what this does. There was no TTS. Where's the button for? Oh, here we go. Bits. Bits alerts enabled. And where's the TTS? Open the message set. Allow emotes, yeah. I don't know. You could try and find out. I don't actually. Oh, there we go. Open text to speech. Oh, it was disabled. You can try it again. I just enabled it. Oh wait, I have to press save. Okay. Now TTS is enabled on Bits. And now it just says, I demand my voice be heard. It work?
I demand my voice be heard.
Oh, there we go. Why didn't Toddy show up? Maybe it'll show up in a second. There we go. Hey, we just got a raid as well.
Development. #W.
Thank you, Toddy. Hey, what's up, bald bearded builder who's raiding with a party of 26? Whoa, that's a lot of people. Welcome to the stream. What'd you work on today? I haven't really started working on my stuff yet, but we're getting there. It's been a half an hour. This is what I worked on last time. We're gonna be expanding it today. We worked on adding a highlighter, which this is it partially highlighting Python code in a curses window, and you can jump to the end and jump to the beginning, and it does. You can change the parsing by typing quotes, and so you can see now the whole file is highlighted as a triple quoted string. Well, not the whole file, a good chunk of it. But there's some part in the middle that's not. I actually used a triple quoted string somewhere, and if we undo this, you can see that it goes through its various parsing phases. But we're working on adding text highlighting for my text editor. Hey, what's up, bald bearded builder? Thank you as well for the follow, and rambling geek, thank you as well. Welcome to the stream. Pouring hot tea on your face says, what do you think about Rust? I think Rust is great. I really want to learn more Rust. I'm kind of garbage at it right now, and honestly I spent too long fighting with borrow checker, but I think it's very good for writing low-level code and in a type-safe manner, and I'm pretty excited about that. Hey, what's up, Errata This? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, I want to write more Rust eventually. Not right now, unfortunately. Bald Bearded Builder says we've been working on a serverless Twitch chatbot. Oh. Serverless Twitch chatbot. Which platform are you targeting? Like Lambda or Azure, whatever their thing is called. I think it's called Azure Lambda now that I think about it, because they just like ripped off the AWS naming. But yeah, mine is very much not serverless. It's well, it's serverless in that I'm running it in a VM. Oh, Heroku, you could run it on Heroku too. Yeah, I didn't think about that. For some reason, I don't think serverless when I think of Heroku, but maybe that's just because I'm weird. But yeah, this is my chatbot, which is just a Python script that I wrote myself. I wanted to learn async IO, and so this was my excuse to write some sort of async IO thing. But doesn't have that many commands, mostly because I haven't had time to work on it more since I wrote it. Occasionally I write like a little bit into it, but and sometimes people contribute their own things, like Bang Pep 404, which gives us this grand old link. What happened there? I must have just typed V and it tab completed. Variable interpolation in Ruby. Yeah, that's an awkward one to search. I think I searched that last stream though, because someone was asking about it. But anyway, this is pretty cool. This was added. Is identical add this one? I know I had to fix it. that's just because my bot has no tests. Because pretty yikes. Let's see. Oh no. Oh, actually, Hayden added that. Wait, no. Yeah, I guess Hayden added that. I think people were arguing about the implementation, and Hayden was like, "Fuck it, let's go." Yeah, and then we improved it. Right, you have to click on this button. Why do I not remember who you are? I wish I had a mapping from Twitch handles to GitHub handles, but I don't, so forget who you are, but thank you. Hey, what's up, Musical Bookworm? Musical Bookworm, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Oh, hey, BeginBot. Hello. BeginBot is also another streamer. Mostly works on Python stuff, if I remember correctly. I think I saw your stream like a couple weeks ago, but I probably didn't say anything in chat. I don't remember though. That was 3 weeks ago. But yeah, anyway, I got PowerShell working. Markdown is going to be a pain in the butt. We're not going to try and do that today. We're going to try and actually, knock on wood, we're going to try and integrate it into my text editor, which currently has no highlighting. Yeah, Python these days, awesome. But yeah, we're gonna try and make some highlighting happen here. I don't know how successful this is going to be, but we're gonna try. I think most of the code skeleton's there, and I think I'm gonna have to rewrite it like 2 or 3 times anyway, but it'll be a good exercise into taking, how many lines is this thing? Oh no. We're gonna like triple the, not triple, we're gonna 50% increase the number of lines of code. But that's fine, I guess. But yeah, so I need to do kind of 2 like thought things here though first. The first is, the way this highlight demo works right now is you have to specify both the theme and the language directory. So we do like Horizon and demo languages and the file. So at least it does automatic language detection right now, based on the things in this. But we can't always pass these 2 arguments to our text editor, so we're going to need some clever way to discover those. We wanted the curses mode. But you can see like this is a different theme, which is apparently slightly buggy. Unclear if this is my fault or that not map. That's weird. This should be highlighted the same as this, but for some reason it's not. That's a problem for another day. But anyway, that's how that works right now. Hey, what's up, Mika? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, we need to port that code over. And we need to make it not take in these 2 arguments. So I'm gonna look at how other editors do this. The fact that it's a number, yeah, that's my guess. My guess is, actually we can probably figure it out. You know what, I'm gonna forget to look at it later, so we might as well right now. Probably uses this. Trailing backslash, yeah, of course. Maybe it's \p. Constant.other.caps.python. We want to see enough, meaning 2 or more uppercase characters in the beginning of a constant. Interesting. Yeah, but it says this. Oh, so I bet if I do... where does this get used? Doesn't get used at all. Okay. That's great. Yeah, so now it's highlighted. It's because it only has one character. This inconsistent variable highlighting. Oh, that's dumb. Kind of annoying. I agree with highlighting this in almost every example in your test. However, I believe this shouldn't be highlighted. I agree. That's annoying. Hey, what's up, the Platypus TV? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Let me look at that again. Constant. Okay, so any number of underscored followed by an uppercase character, and then any number of underscores and digits and another uppercase character. And then uppercase digit star. Regex is wild. Anyway, that's why it's busted. It's not my fault. And we'll just pretend we didn't see that and go on with our lives. I guess I could spell it out like C_256 or something like that, but who has time for that? Right? Cool. Not my problem. But yeah, so let's see. I think the way, how does Vim do this? So let's look at how Nano does this. So in Nano, there's Etsy Nano RC, which includes stuff from user share Nano. And I think we have the equivalent of that in BABI, although I don't have a... so there's local share. I wonder if I put syntax things into here, if it just will automatically find them. Seems not. But I bet, for now, we can just drop files into, you know, here, and call that good enough. So we already have files in here for history. So you can see I wrote Control :Q and sort a lot. Those are my most common command histories. These are my search and replace ones. Is this just unbounded? I forget to make a limit on that. Maybe it's a feature and not a bug. Yeah, it looks like it just grows unbounded. That's fine, whatever. If you end up with like a gigabyte history file on your computer, I'm so sorry. Man, I actually haven't worked on BABI in a really long time. Well, I've been working on it through the text editor, or through the highlighter, but I haven't worked on it since like beginning of January, which is fun. Sacred Ron says, what are you making here? So we have this this fancy command, which says what I'm working on. Bang today, or bang project. But I'm working on a text editor. And right now it doesn't have coloring, which is what I've been spending the last like 2 months making possible. So you can see like this is all uncolored, but it should be nicely colored. But no. Oh, Python versus all that thing. But I've been working on making, and the highlighting is not perfect here because I haven't completely fixed it. Thank you, Sacred Ron, for the follow. But yeah, I've been working on getting highlighting working, and you can kind of see it sort of working here. But now we're going to port this over to work in the text editor, because this is just a demo. It's basically glorified less and not anything better, or yeah, it's not better than that. But actually, this has more colors than last time I ran this, so I'm not sure what I changed, but I must have fixed something. But you can see, like, this is not properly highlighted right now, and def is not properly highlighted. Missing a bunch of stuff, because I didn't implement the full spec. I just implemented enough to kind of get it working. But, and there's still the problem in that if you do Control-End, I don't know if you guys can hear when my keyboard clicks. See how there's like a slight pause there? Although I don't know, with delay, who knows what it actually looks like. But there is a noticeable pause when you jump to the end of the file, and that's because it only incrementally parsed up until here. And no lines after that get parsed, but as soon as I jump to the end of the file, it has to reparse the rest of the file. But fortunately, then the next time it does this, it's super fast. Like, it doesn't do any reparsing there, because it's, you know, clever and incremental and stuff. But there is that lag there, and that's, like, I think unavoidable. There might be some tricks to, like, work around it, but I'm not super sure how that's going to work. The other idea is I just, you know, eagerly parse the whole file when you start it at the beginning. Though I think that only hides the slow case, because then you could like open the file, assume that it parsed the whole thing, make some code change that causes it to reparse the whole file, or that it would need to reparse the whole file, and then it would still be slow by the time you jump to the end. I don't really know. But it's something that's a future me problem. I want to just like kind of get it working first. So I think what I'm gonna do. Let's see, how does this work? Oh, the other thing that we have to do is I need to make a mode where the syntax highlighting is disabled, because I want my text editor to work fine even if you don't have the proper dependency installed. And yeah, because right now my text editor has no dependencies. If you look at setup.cfg, there's no install requires here. How do you have one line at the top? What? Not committed yet, okay. So I wrote that. Cool, fine. What is this to-do file? Better underlining choices in quick prompt. Would be a good idea. Saving different file name problem. January 8th me, what did you mean? Oh, I think I know what it means. Let's see. Let's try this. If I do write to set at CFG2. Okay. We still know what past me wanted. Anyway, yeah, I needed to do those at some point. What else is here? Oh, the old versions of the highlight demo. How did this work? Themes. Syntax, languages, diff. This is the old highlight demo that totally works. 100%, definitely successfully working there, but anyway. We eventually split that out into its own repo, so we can delete that. Saber Writer says, so you're writing a text editor? Yes. Yes, I am writing a text editor. It's a good idea. I've been doing it for almost 8 months now. It was, I don't know, it's been fun. I've learned a lot while working on it, which was actually one of the original goals. Okay, everything else there is useful, so we'll keep that there. But you know, it is a fully functioning text editor. You know, you can edit, enter, you know, it has undo and redo and a pseudo like visual like mode that Vim has, and you can you know, sort lines and, you know, undo all that stuff as well. You can jump to the end of the file, you can jump to a particular line, you can do, you know, find and replace with regexes, and undo those as well. But yeah, it's a fully featured text editor. So yeah, it's a thing. Big Run also asks, so 2 questions. On a high level, what programming language and frameworks are you using, and how does this work? I'm really excited to see you make text editor. This is crazy. So this is in Python. And most of the stuff that powers this is a library called Curses. And Curses is a, what is it called? A cell editing terminal UI library. Here's the Python docs for it. But it's actually what powers like Nano, Vim, Tmux, Less. a bunch of other terminal UI libraries use Curses to do their displaying stuff. And it was actually one of my original goals was to learn Curses as part of this project, and oh boy, have I learned enough Curses as part of this project. It's actually, it's a lot. It always comes back to Curses, yeah. So this is Curses. And Curses is based around this window object, and you know, like this is one of the drawing functions, which, you know, puts characters onto the screen. It also handles the character retrieval, so this is the function that you use to get keyboard input. And actually, I have a more simplified Curses app right here. You can mostly ignore this. There's a curses.wrapper function which does the same as this, but with 2 slight differences. I needed this for some reason. But this is basically a Curses app. So it takes a screen, writes some stuff to the screen. I'll actually show that. This one starts by putting press Q to quit in the bottom left-hand corner, then moves the cursor to the top left. The cursor is also part of Curses and terminal escapes and stuff. And then in an infinite loop, it retrieves a character from the screen. So if I type like an A, you can see this function got character A. It was a string, but it was not more than length 1, and then it inserted this at a position of the screen, and then it incremented the line. So this is actually a little thing so I can see that what characters I type, what character code they end up being as. And this is useful for like more complicated characters, like this is control plus the arrow keys. So these are the arrow keys, this is control plus the arrow keys. And so I've used this a lot to debug what character codes Curses reports to me. And then there's the escape hatch, which is if you press Q, it will quit. So that's just a very basic Curses app. And the reason this is useful is if you use a different terminal, so these letters are still the same, the arrow keys are still the same, but control plus the arrow keys gives you this like weird sequence instead of, you know, K writ 5 or K left 5 or whatever it was before. So I needed to do a bunch of other fancy stuff to make that work properly. But anyway, this is a very small Curses app. And that's kind of the basics. Catherine says, do you think you'll sell licenses of some sort? I don't know that anyone will actually use my text editor. I'm mostly building it for me. I do think that, so I'm actually trying to build a like pseudo CI startup at some point. We'll see if I actually, you know, find enough time to work on it, but I think there might be some licensing associated with that, although it'd mostly be around like support contracts and you know, premium features. We'll see if I get to that and what it ends up panning out to. Bixplay says, this is almost finished as well, isn't it? By which I mean it's almost ready for the first full release. Yes, we're almost ready for V1, which will be pretty cool. Sacred Ron says, I too made a Photoshop clone 2 years ago. Nice. Hayden says, what's going on? And Tony. Yeah. What's up? What's up, Hayden? And Big Curses has had a monopoly on the market for years. You're right, BeginPod, it has. Mixplay says, like, other than syntax highlighting, what else do you have to add? There's a couple little bugs. I can show you those. Great if I can actually open the right URL. A couple bugs. This one is an interesting one. So if I put trailing whitespace here and then I jump to some other line, I can actually highlight this trailing whitespace here. You can see like that's where it ends and becomes the new line. If I scroll down and then I scroll up again, oh, we need to not scroll up on that line. Let's put it on this line. So trailing whitespace here, you can highlight it. Hey, what's up, Lonely Adam? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, if we have trailing whitespace here, and you scroll down and then scroll back up, it's gone. Until we mouse over it, and now it is mysteriously back. So I need to figure out what's up with that. I think and this works fine in Nano for some reason. So if we put some trailing whitespace here, well, I know why it works in Nano in this case here, because I have a special highlighter that makes trailing whitespace red, and so because it's highlighted red, it'll show up as special characters. Let's do this file here. So we need to add a bunch of new lines so we can scroll. So if I add trailing whitespace here, you can see that it's highlightable. If I scroll up and back, oh fuck, this was working before. Maybe it was in some other file format? Let's try JavaScript. Oh, JavaScript also has this. What's something that doesn't have trailing whitespace? Oh, there we go. But I don't know, does this have highlighting? Let's see. Which line did I do that on? Oh, that line. Huh, okay. Well, call me a liar. There's some way that it works in Nano, but I don't remember why. But yeah, I need to fix trailing whitespace. That one's actually kind of minor. This one is also kind of minor because I don't use tabs. But tabs don't currently work in BABI. They confuse it very much. Actually, you can't even press the tab character. That's spaces. That's a real tab. When BABI opens this, you get this 8-space tab here, but pressing the right arrow key is all sorts of fucked up because it just doesn't know. It doesn't know anything about tabs, so I need to fix that eventually. Any other bugs? Then a related bug with characters that are bigger than their width is wide characters. We want BABI. BABI doesn't know about wide characters. So, you know, the insertion character is all over the place. Which occasionally makes things mysteriously wrap to the next line, even though they're not there. But yeah, this is buggy. So I'm gonna fix that too, but I don't really use wide characters in source either, so that's not a huge deal. Syntax highlighting is the big one. This one is really hard to reproduce. I might have also fixed this too. See if this still reproduces it. Hey, what's up, C Complex? Whoa, there's a flip, emote flip now? That's cool. Yeah, I don't know if this actually reproduces anymore. I might have like adjusted one of the tests to make it less flaky for some other reason. And fixed it, but the bug is still there. I know the bug is still there, so I need to fix the bug at some point. Figured Ron says, okay, so you pull the characters into the stack and then process the entire stack. Like compiling. Yeah, for that one function. For this one here. So I pull in all these characters and then my translate table. Yeah, so I have all of these manually figured out sequences. Here. So these are all manually translated. Link support is big money, mate. I mean, look at Red Hat. Yeah, true. Yeah, no, you're still a mod, Hayden. You're just not a sub. It's up, Audacious Ferris. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Oh, squished Python. Wild. Okay. Your mod icon disappeared. There for me. I don't know what you're talking about. Actually, is it there? Yeah, it's definitely there. It was probably just client side, if I had to guess. I don't know, folks. Artisanal handcrafted translations. Yes, these are they're vintage, vintage legacy handcrafted translations. Yeah. To do, find a place to populate these. Surely there's a database somewhere. Yeah, Twitch chat is sometimes kind of weird for client side and icon display and all that shenanigans, so it makes sense. Old codes, but these should do, right? The other thing is I also have this table replicated in another place, but worse. Yeah, here's that same table, but in the other direction. Yeah, so you can see these are you know, manually curated keyboard shortcuts. I also found a fun bug. Oh wait, you triggered it. Is it Alt backspace? Yeah. So if you press Alt backspace in BABI, it does some like weird shit. It always opens up this menu, but it shouldn't. It should just backspace a character, but it's slightly bust. We'll fix it. We'll fix it at some point. I don't know when I'm ever gonna type Alt backspace. But... so would you introduce autocomplete? At some point, I want to do like, what are they called? Starts with an L. It's a 3-letter acronym. How can I not remember it? LSP, Language Server Protocol, which would get me like tab complete and IntelliSense and all that jazz. But yeah, eventually I want that. But for now, I'm mostly aiming to have feature parity with Nano so that I can replace my text editor. Again, selfish project. I'm trying to make it work for me, and then you know, then maybe other people will use it. But I honestly don't know why anyone would use my text editor because Vim exists. But yeah, maybe they use Nano already, and like, who knows? Sounds like we need a new package, right? It's not like I have enough already. PyPI.org user utility. I have 63 things on PyPI, which is nuts. I think these are just my things. Doesn't include, although this one doesn't exist yet, so attract one. Okay, it does include other people's stuff. Oh, maybe it's minus 1, 2. This is a dumb joke. Okay, most of these are mine, but a handful of them. So it's probably like 60 things on PyPI. But yeah, I need one more. Bryce Bruce says, "What are you working on right now?" Working on a text editor. you can check out screenshots here, although they're super out of date. Well, they're not super out of date. They're pretty close to being right. This is actually this is a demo to get color support. This test mode probably needs to be deleted eventually. Oh, we get to delete this today. We get to delete this today. Nice. Nice. Well, assuming that I actually get everything working, but I don't know. This is some view of my text editor. Weirdly enough, these changed. This is like a lighter color than this one for some reason. Also, the scroll bar is a different width depending on when I took a screenshot. I don't know why that changed. My computers are all configured exactly the same, so this is when I changed my host name to not VirtualBox, just to mess with people. But now it's called NanoBox, also to mess with people. But anyway, yeah, that's that. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is start by making a script to download the syntaxes and put them into tilde local BABI syntaxes. Although maybe so it seems like the industry of text editors, if you could call it that, are switching from TextMate syntaxes to tree sitter syntaxes. And so there's bindings. Actually using this 39 stars, maybe. Hey, Mr. Don Brown with the raid of 14 people. Hello, welcome to the stream. I guess I will re-explain what I'm working on, because that way you guys can be up to speed as well. So I'm working on my own text editor. It's written in Python and curses, and you know it does things that you would expect a text editor to do. You know, type text, undo, redo, and search for stuff. You can select and sort, and you can undo that as well. But anyway, it's a text editor, but it doesn't have syntax highlighting, as you can probably tell from it looking super bland. So over the last 2 months, I've been implementing a TextMate highlighter in Python, which takes the same themes that are used for like Visual Studio Code, Sublime Text, Atom, TextMate, etc. And kind of have it working. It's still not perfect because I haven't done the full spec yet, but it partially highlights syntax right now. And you can see this is an example of it. But today I'm going to try and make this stuff work in my actual text editor. We'll have to fiddle around some of this stuff and do some shenanigans. But the plan is to scoot this code over into BABI, and then I'll have that working there. Beginbot says, "Hey, Mr. Don Brown, Anthony writes code is my first raid." It was your first raid. I remember that. Way back when. The circle is not complete. Hey, what's up, gaming golfer? Hello. And Guide VVV. Wait, you have more V's this time. What happened to your other account? Did you lose your password, Guide VVV? Oh, he was your first raid earlier today. Nice. There we go. It is indeed complete. Guy PvP, I think you got a gift sub yesterday, but on your other account. Or not yesterday, on Saturday. So I think you're subbed, but not on this account, which is Ox. Right? Download syntax. Okay. So I was manually downloading these in my other project. We're gonna need CSON, we're gonna need plist lib. We're probably probably gonna, oh, those are in the opposite order of what I would want. We're probably gonna need argparse. We're gonna need OS. Path. We need some mapping here. I don't know, probably like, see, Python, and then the URL, and then, I don't know, probably something else too. Parser equals argparse.argument, parser.add arguments, dest default equals how do I do this? Let's see. I've done this before. Let me look at what BABI does for this. XDG data home. Post.path.join this slash BABI slash syntaxes, is that a word? Feels like it shouldn't be a word. It sounds like it's a word though. It just looks spelled weird. Is there a different plural? I don't know. Fuck it, we're just gonna call it syntax. Not my bug says, I had my first raid a while back. Sadly, the cops didn't have a search warrant. Nice. I just spilled water on myself. Hey, what's up? Stanley NTC. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Syntacti, right? Oh, you're gonna recover your account next week. Nice. Sacred Ron says, can you reshare the curses link? I nuked it with a refresh. Yes. Yes, I can. It is this link. Two-factor op. It's a necessary evil, indeed. CSON, yes. CoffeeScript object notation. Sadly, that is the format that gets used for a lot of these syntaxes, so I have to be able to convert from CSON into something else. I'm using plistlib as my lowest common denominator, so we're just going to convert everything into that, because that seems to be the most, you know, sane approach to do this. Syntaxi. Hey, what's up, T-Bod T? Welcome back. Syntax. Isn't that like a type of grenade? Is this Ubuntu? Asks Tolga87. It is and it isn't. It is and it isn't. It's yeah, it is and it isn't. Oh, that's Semtex. Okay. It's been a while since I played Call of Duty. Oh boy, did I play that a lot in college. Okay, this is our general structure that we're gonna use here. I'll open. What am I doing? Alright. You can clean some stuff up here as well. Just shave all the yaks. Oh, actually that reminds me. Two of the things that I worked on last stream got merged when I was shaving so many more yaks. That's not what I want. This one. So we shaved some yaks in the Python syntax hiding as well as in type shed. So this was just an easy one. They had an auto-generating thing that moved the comment, that put the comment right here, but for whatever reason, the version on master had it up here, and this is invalid XML, so everything was exploding, so I just fixed that. And plist_lib had the wrong typing in typeshed, so MyPy was complaining about need type annotation when it really didn't. So I fixed that by adding an overload, and the overload just doesn't have this dict type argument, so it ends up getting dictster any. But yeah, those got merged. The other one didn't get merged, which I'm pretty sure this project is dead. This Atom language Rust project, for two reasons. One is there's an issue that's like looking for a maintainer in May of last year, so I don't know this one's ever gonna get merged, which is unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? But also Atom has switched from using TextMate. Well, they haven't switched completely, but they now support tree sitter languages, and tree sitter is written in Rust, so of course it's going to work well for Rust first. So I think this project is dead, which probably means that I need to do tree sitter at some point, but we'll shave that yak some other day. No. But make it smoother to use with pre-commit. Oh boy. I commented on this in January. And this other dude +1'd me. Let's see. Is there a way for pre-commit users to install the optional dependencies only if they need them? If so, the solution I believe would be documentation. If not, then we need multiple pre-commit versions. Or I think the correct solution is to include all the dependencies. Yep, that's the point of additional dependencies. For example, one could include the current configuration by doing the following. Repos. Timothy Crosley, isort, rev, whatever it is. Books, ID, isort. And if they need, for instance, the TOML support, they would do this instead. Oops, we can copy the whole block. I don't need to do that again. But what are the dependencies for TOML? Look at that. Might be instead of .cfg? Nope. iProject? Which of these two is it? Wait, that's not right. Extras, here we go. iProject, TOML. If they need the TOML support, additional dependencies. So I'm kind of an asshole here. I originally made this name extremely long to discourage its use, but now it gets used all the time, so people have to type this stupidly long word over and over and over. So yeah, I agree. There should be a documentation update, not an update to the YAML, to the provided YAML itself. But yeah, anyway, distraction. But yeah, I don't think this is ever getting merged, which such is life in Skyrim, I guess. Sacred Ron says, how do you even go through the curses documentation? It seems like a children's novel with no pictures. There's a curses tutorial, which is slightly less daunting than that. This has a lot of pros and like kind of explains to you how each of the things go, and then like how to build your small application first, and then like what windows are, and then it's slowly, instead of just being like slamming you with the docs, it slowly eases you into it. Then again, I kind of understood how curses works because I've used similar libraries before, but not curses itself. So I just kind of jumped off the deep end and like started reading other people's. That's how I got Bootstrap, because you think I have time to read this giant wall of text right here? I don't have time for this shit. Got a stream to make. But you can actually follow. I think I started it on stream. Maybe I didn't. Let's see. It would have been mid-July. That's November. PyTest, PipeGrade, PyTest. Recommit BABI plus talks. I think this might have been the first stream that I was working on BABI. That's talks. That's me. This is a Docker file of some sort. Oh, we have BABI open here. This is me fucking around with Emacs. Okay. This is probably sarcastic. Dante was like, you should use Emacs. I'm like, no, I don't want to use Emacs. Oh, this is my dad's website. Where's the part? Here's Twitter. Great. Real solid stream content here. Okay, yeah, here's where I'm actually playing with curses. But anyway, this was the first stream where I worked on BABI, so you can see like some of my struggles through it as well. And you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Well, be as cringy as possible, right? You know, like, comment, subscribe, make sure to ding that bell. Okay, so what we're actually trying to do is build a thing that downloads all of these indexes. And I think for now I'm just gonna do these four, which means I need to re-find where they come from. Let's see, we'll have diff. Actually, we'll go full enterprise level. What am I trying to say? Over-engineered one-off script here. Probably need revision. Yeah. So I have one that's diff, and where did I get that one from? So the way I've been finding these is to look at the ones that ship with VS Code. And grab the first 200 bytes of this file, and it tells me where it comes from. Oh, we're also going to need path. Actually, if I just download the raw URL, I don't need any of this shit. Oh, we probably need format though. Oh, but this is a built-in. Then I could be like, oh, we could use type, but that's also built-in. Let's use extension. Yeah. So there's a cool keyboard shortcut. This is one of the few things that I wish I knew as a programmer earlier than I did. If you're on GitHub and you were to like send this link to someone else, it links directly to master. I don't know if you guys can see that on stream because it's kind of small. But anyway, master is in the URL, and so this link will change over time. And sometimes, like if they move this file around or like delete it or whatever, this link will suddenly 404. But if you press Y on your keyboard, it will convert master into the full SHOD URL, so you can use this directly, which is slightly improving. Although, fortunately, it doesn't actually change all the links on the page, so this link still goes to master, I think. Yeah. So you actually need to refresh this page, and then you can click on this to get to the raw link. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But anyway, it's like one of those little things that is pretty helpful. Let's see. Oh, you are still gonna tell me it's too long. It's fine. Y on the keyboard. BABI says, I'm a student, but I'm an intern on Brazil government working with Apex Oracle. Interesting. Inbot says, we'll babysit that tree when the time comes. It's true. It's time to think about what we're doing and feel shame. True. True. Whoa, there's a rotate. What are all the new ones? Modify a single emote. What are the... Oh, they have a whole bunch of new ones. Squished, sunglasses, kiss imprints. What? These are so wild. Channel points make no sense. Where's the heartbroken one? Oh my god, that's amazing. Anyway, channel points. Whatever they are. Oh, you guys can't see that because you're not seeing chat. Hey, what's up, Vivax3794? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, here you go. That's what those emotes down over. No, down over. There. Stop wasting your valuable channel points, Anthony. But look, I have unlimited power. Oh, does it still say Nan? Do they fix that? Oh no, mine says infinite. I guess they fixed it. Let's see. Vax says, no problem. Looks like I was brought here from the raid train. Well, welcome. Welcome, welcome. So that one's easy. P-list. You probably use an enum too. Alright, we have P-list and CSUN, I think, are the only ones that I know of that we'll have to deal with. We might have a JSON one, which will be problem. Big problem. But hopefully we don't have to deal with that. You know, knock on wood there. Okay, so we have diff. We need to get the magic Python one. Python. Hey, what's up, GeoTrek? Hello, hello. Hello, amateur programmer. Yeah, you know it. You know it. Not 100, probably need 200. Press Y, then refresh, then grab this. Why aren't you working? Fuck. Okay, refresh. Let's wait for it to actually load. Stop being impatient, Anthony. Fine. Then we can click raw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll add more and more syntax as we go here. What other ones did we have? We had PowerShell and Rust. PowerShell. So, plist already, so change that one. Press Y, wait for it, then refresh, then wait for it, and then click off. 7, 8. Oh, they have 666 in their SHA. Well, we cut it in half by making it a short SHA. Actually, since we're no QAing, we might as well just stick these in line. And we actually need to use a fork for the Rust one because it's broken on master, and my fork fixes it. But now we can do, oh, we can't do it in Nano. Now we can take these and sort them, which is cool. Can't do that in Nano though. Nano doesn't have sort. Moomy Jamala says, what's plist? It's Apple's wacky format. I believe it's property list. It's plist, Wikipedia. The weird thing is plist has two formats. It is either a binary format or a text format, which is, you know, chef kiss amazing. It's either XML or this weird wacky binary format. But it's, yeah, it's basically a mapping in XML. And that's going to be our lowest common denominator because most of the JSON ones are slightly broken. Because they don't have enough information to do it properly, and I don't want to depend on CSUN, so, and CSUN is fucking slow for some reason, so we're not going to use that. But the Rust one, we'll have to grab from my repo. Language Rust. Looking for a maintainer! Link to my pull request, and then this one is a CSON one. Let me link to that. Which one? Hey, what's up, Shoddy? Hello, hello. Audio is a bit staticky, or maybe me. Well, how would I test? I guess I could open up Twitch. Hello? Hello? Oh, that is weird. Hello? Oh, that is weird. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, that's not good. Why? Why would you do that? Why? Why would you do that? Is it using the wrong microphone? Is it using the wrong microphone? No? Huh. Well, I'll have to play with that later. At least it's still, like, somewhat hearable. At least it's still, like, somewhat hearable. But you're right, there is something not right about it. You're right, there is something not right about it. Weird. I don't know. But I'll fix that later. I actually can't debug it without stopping the stream, unfortunately, so that's why. Of course, it's the one day that I didn't sound test, so it's all my fault. Where's the... there we go. View file. Cool, we already have the SHA there. This is the one that has. Yeah, this is the line that I fixed. Oh, it is indeed fixed. Hurrah! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. We gotta change these. P list. I should probably sort those. Okay, so we need to loop through all of these, download this URL. So we're gonna need url.request. Another stream is weird too. Twitch maybe. Refreshing fixed it. Strange. Oh. Okay, well then maybe I was unlucky too. What are you up to today? Working on my text editor. Babby. So we're getting syntax highlighting finally working. Demo Python curses. So this is like a partially working syntax demo, but this is not the actual text editor. In fact, if I try, if I try and edit code here, it doesn't work except for typing double quotes. Backspace key doesn't work, but this is the only part of my demo that kind of works. Well, but backspace doesn't work; it just crashes it. But yeah, we're trying to integrate that directly into BABI, which means I need to do a bunch of other stuff first. The first being I need to be able to download syntax. Because we're ripping off other people's syntax. Well, we're not ripping them off. We're reusing them. It's in good faith. But let's see. Let's see, os.makedirs args.dest. Exist okay equals true. For syntax. Hey, what's up, Vent1C? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Gonna loop through all these syntaxes and make a request. Syntax.url. These are in the wrong order. Hey, what's up, Spawn Anton? Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Sorry, I just want to look something up because there's a way to give these values. I think that's too much complicated. We're not going to do that. Let's see. Next convert. So x.plist is lambda b to b. Convert CSON. We'll take in source as bytes and return bytes. Return plist lib.dumps. CSON.load source. I think that'll work. Hey, what's up, Spawnaton? Spawn Anton? Hello, hello. Geotrix says, is BABI like Nano or like Vim? Yes. It's only like them in a very few select ways. So like This mode is kind of like Vim's visual mode, and it has a you know, an escape menu, and you can call sort, and you can call :Q. Those are the ways that it's like Vim. Everything else is like Nano. But and I might add more Vim features later, but that's all I've got for now. Install CSUN. Okay, that is a plist. With open, let's path.join, args.dest, syntax.name.plist, write binary, f.write, that should, in theory, work. Probably make it print something as it does that. But hey, we have 4 plists. This is the one that needed converting. Cool. Looks good. Hey, what's up, Arcore? Hello, hello. When you want to use Vim, but you don't want to learn it. I do know how to use Vim. I'm just not good at it. You know, HJKL. Look at me, I'm the Vims. Definitely not using the arrow keys. But like, I know some stuff, like, you know, DD, and, was it yank and the opposite of yank? Paste? P? And undo, I know how to undo in Vim. I don't know how to redo though. Control R or something like that? Yeah, Control R. But yeah, I know some stuff. I'm just not as good in Vim. Vim lol, Emacs lol, Babby PogChamp. Yeah, buddy. Okay, that should work. And if we run this, it should populate local share Babby. TextMate syntax. Oh, but I should probably. Oh, how you know Vim? Are you a wizard? Am I a wizard? No. I use a little bit of Vim. Oh, we have more notifications. Thanks. An issue, or is this a PR? Interesting. Okay. Anyway. By the way, yesterday I saw Babby t-shirts. You almost got me, GeoTrek. You almost got me. Mr. Michael Hawksmall. You almost got me, buddy. You've tried this before. I'm privy to your ways. You have to read it. No. It's funny though. I got you. I guess so everyone else can see what it is. There you go. There's the joke. Over there. Jokes for you guys. Anyway. I need to figure out how to keyboard shortcut that sort of stuff, because right now it's very much like, you know, hunt and peck for grabbing the right one. And one of these times I'm gonna click off and accidentally end up on my Pokemon stream, and you guys don't need that. Jokes, I get jokes. Hayden now. Whose last name is Iddles, please? So let's see. Is there like a name popularity? What do you mean? Whoa, weird. There is a non-zero percentage of female Anthonys in the 70s. But although very, very down and to the right. Also, it looks like when I was named, it was almost at the peak of Anthony popularity. Right after me in '91. Stock with the, or chart with downward trend. Also peaked in Canada too. And in France. Where's the like full name one though? How many people have my name? How many of me? This is the website I was looking for. Please select your age. What's my age again? There are 1 million first name Anthonys. Oh, there's almost 2,000 with my full... Oh wait, that's last name. There's only 2,000 Sotiles? There are 6 me's in the US. Huh. I've met 2 of them, I think, so far. So... that's half of them, I guess. That's pretty good. Oh, but right, we're gonna look for Jennifer Iddles. Fewer than 123. Look here for details. What does it mean estimates are not absolute? It's possible that there is a Jennifer Iddles, but I don't know. But yeah, there's six me's, I guess. Man. Wild. Okay. So tab. I did not, Hayden. It said Jennifer. The Niffer. What was I doing? Okay, so we made this download syntax thing. We also need a way to select themes. How janky do I want this to be? Geotrick, are you seriously asking that, or are you trolling asking that? Do you already know the answer to why I won't use pipenv, or are you actually asking? Hey, what's up, Mindful Fox? No jank, please. I mean, this whole thing is a little bit janky. Let's be brutally honest here. Oh, Mindful Fox, I have new scenes. Have you seen my scenes? Check it out. I have a face scene. Now you can see my face and chat. I also have this one, but it's muted. But yeah, that one's muted, so you can't actually hear me talk while it's going. But yeah, I have a bunch of scenes. But okay, you're seriously asking why I won't use pipenv. Let's see. I guess we'll start with the practical reasons first. So pipenv is a wrapper around several tools. One of them being pip tools, another one being virtualenv, and I think a couple others. But like those are the two important ones. And what it does that is good is it takes an input set of requirements that are basically your minimal set of requirements that you would need to set up an application. So for example, in BABI, oh well, you can't see it because now I'm in this mode. No problem. In BABI, there's no production requirements yet. Also, like install requires is not in this file, but it does have development requirements. So like these are some of the development requirements, and so a minimal set of requirements is these. However, that doesn't include all of its subdependencies. And so what pipenv will do is it'll take those minimal requirements and freeze them out to all of the versions and subversions and subdependencies of those subdependencies, and it'll basically freeze out the full list of dependencies that you need. And this is what's called pinning everything. And the way pipenv does that is by using pip tools. And so pipenv uses pip tools to compile down to frozen requirements and then installs that into a virtualenv. And practically speaking, I know how to use pip tools, so I'm just going to use pip tools if I need that functionality. Most of the time I don't need that functionality. If I'm working on a library, it's actually kind of harmful to use pipenv because you want to be testing against the latest versions of everything so that you know when things break as soon as possible. Because if you're pinning stuff and something breaks, one of your upstream dependencies breaks, you won't know about it until some poor soul installs your thing and it's broken just for them, and you're like, what? I can't reproduce. My tests are passing. Well, yeah, it's because you're pinning an old version that didn't break stuff. So it's like actively harmful for libraries, and honestly most of the stuff that I work on in open source is libraries, so I'm not actually pinning dependencies at all there. I do have like a handful of applications where I could be pinning or I should be pinning. You guys can't see again, that's why I need a keyboard shortcut. Like one application where I probably should be pinning but it doesn't actually matter all that much is this project, which is what powers this website here. And so I kind of want this to be repeatably working correctly. Oops. And so it would make sense for me to adjust this requirements file to have like exact versions and like, you know, make sure all this works. However, then you end up in like a tedious world where you constantly have to bump versions all the time, and like nothing grinds my gears more than having to jump around to a bunch of repositories and bump versions all the time. But anyway, this is probably like one example where if I were running like a full engineering shop, I would probably ensure that this has pinned dependencies for everything. But yeah, so that's like kind of my practical overview for why I don't use pipenv. Is like, I know how to use virtualenv, I know how to use pip tools, I know when I need to use pip tools, and it's almost never in my projects that are public, that are libraries. In applications, absolutely use pip tools for everything, freeze everything. Good. But also sometimes you don't even need pip tools, you can just use pip freeze directly, and then like you don't need pip tools either. So like a lot of times I'll just use pip freeze instead. That works well enough for me. But then there's the not technical part of why I don't use pipenv. And the current maintainer's fine. Like he's a really nice guy, and I've hung out with him, and like he's definitely made the project more approachable, and like well, I say current maintainer, actually I think the project's dead right now. If I remember correctly, they haven't made a release in a while, and people are basically saying, yep, it's dead, and no one's maintaining it. $58. If this product is dead, just tell us. But yeah, it's been a really long time since the project has been released. Like, a bunch of people were grumbling about this, and like, yeah, so it might be slightly dead. But the actual reason is I don't really want to use Kenneth's software. And call me a little bit spiteful, but I think he's done a lot of damage in the community and been allowed to skirt by on the popularity of some of the stuff that he's built, like requests and pipenv. And I don't think that's an acceptable standard that we should hold people to. I think we should be a little bit more, pragmatic about the software we choose, not just based on, its merit, but instead like how people interact with other people. And so, like, yeah, that's my reason for not using pipenv as well. So hopefully that answers some of those questions. I've definitely gone over this before, and it's definitely like a hot button topic that people like to grumble about. But those are my reasons. You don't have to change your opinions about what I think here. It just shapes how I'll use software. Like you'll notice, all repos grep requests. And then we have to grep-v tox-dev and grep-v pytest-dev. And then grep requests. Oh, we gotta grep-v Chris as well. What else do we have left? Okay, we'll just grep Ace Tilly. That makes this way easier. Oh, I've used the word requests. There we go. I have no imports of requests. I don't use that library anywhere, even though I do some HTTP stuff. But and you'll notice, like, the script that I just wrote, I didn't use requests. I just used your old request directly. And honestly, I mean, this is slightly more clunky than requests.get.read, but only in this like function name. That's really the only difference in the API there for this particular case. There are other cases where, yeah, the requests API is much better. But I also think requests is dead too. Like, it hasn't seen a release in a very, very long time. Yeah, May of 2019 was the last release, and we'll see what happens with that one too. But there was a whole deal about that. Some major temper tantrums from Sir Kenneth when that was moved over, but whatever. I don't really want to get involved with that. But yeah, let's see. Catching up on chat. My problem is, like, switching between these scenes is I'm so bad at, like, remembering to do it. But let's see. Wait, I'm using pipenv. Should I not be using it? Depends on your opinions, Mumi Jamal. Those are my opinions, though. Professional streamer now. Yeah, look at me, Mindful Fox. I think pipenv is the same with cargo's dependencies, or no. So pipenv uses toml to do its lock file and stuff. So that's a thing. But yeah, cargo has the same ideas. It's similar to like how npm manages package.json.lock such. But yeah, the locking idea is not novel to pipenv. Lots of tools have had the same idea for quite a while. Catherine says, a while back. Oh yeah, I already read that one. Skeptical about the future of PipFem though. Yeah. You didn't automate switching scenes yet? I literally made these scenes this morning. So that's why they also are like not super professional, and I keep clicking the wrong ones. But yeah, I don't know how to automate scenes. I guess I could look it up. Let's see. Automate scene switching OBS. Automatic scene switcher plugin. That. If I'm not typing on the keyboard, it'll switch. Oh, this one's based on automatic on the window selection. So I guess I could get it so like I click on chat and I could get it to go over. So that would be one improvement. Or I click on OBS and I don't know. I'll probably play with that more offline, so I don't have to waste your guys' time. Catherine, do you use Poetry? I have not used Poetry yet. I've heard good things, and the project seems a lot healthier than PipEnv. But no, I've not used it. I've mostly just used pip freeze. That works well enough for me. I actually wrote a tool before I knew the other ones existed that does this same idea called requirements tools. And this tool is the equivalent of like Poetry's freeze or PipEnv's freeze or PipTools' freeze. But this just uses pip directly, which has its downsides. Notably, pip doesn't actually do any dependency resolution, so if you have an incompatible daemon dependency, this will potentially install a version that's illegal. Whereas PipTools has a full dependency resolver and will actually like get you to a stable state based on your constraints. Constraint solver, that's what it's called. But yeah, requirements tools doesn't have that, but it works. And like this is what we used at Yelp. Well, I wrote this while I was at Yelp. There's Yelp in the thingy up here. This is another similar tool. 2, 3. Oh. You should get a Stream Deck. What does that even mean? What does it mean? Bob Murphy says, "Hi, I just wanted to pop in and say the library you suggested enabled me doing the things I want to do. Really helpful." Which library was that? Mindful Fox says, "What are your thoughts on Yelp's new UI?" Well, I'll give you an example. Particularly on search. So yesterday I wanted to search for, what did I want to search for? I wanted to search for, I think I wanted, is it pizza? I think it was Mexican food. So I searched Mexican food on Yelp. And then I was like, oh, well, what's near to my house? Let me find on this map, this tiny fucking map, where my house is. I can zoom in, like it's somewhere kind of around here. But look at how small this damn map is! Like, how is anyone ever gonna use this? Surely no one, like, QA'd this shit to be like, oh yeah, that map's fucking tiny. No one's ever gonna be able to use that. Like, there used to be a button here. And I remember... I remember because we named... an engineer actually named the button. The button was called the Mo Map button. And anytime Yelp would launch, this was back when Yelp was not internationalized, and it used to launch in other countries. But anytime Yelp would launch in a new country, the translator would come to us and be like, "Fuck is Mo Map? What are you trying to say here?" Like, oh, it's the Yelpy, funny, whimsical way of saying show more of the map. And I remember when we launched in Germany, the translation for Mo Map was like this long, and so the button was bigger than the map itself, and so the whole page was broken. So we had to come up with a more succinct German translation. But there used to be a button that would make the map bigger, and so you could actually like scroll out to stuff. Also, half the map is covered up with ads. Like, great. That's because I turned off uBlock. So About to get double my real estate here, but it's useful because we're just highlighting some mountains over here. Solid. But the other thing, oh, I didn't get any ads on this page. Oh, because we turned off. Okay, let's show the ads first. This is really sneaky. It's very hard to tell the difference between the sponsored results and all of the results. These used to be like a yellow tint, so you could easily tell them apart. But now, like, it's kind of hard to tell the difference. Photo looks rotated. Like the... I'm concerned about this because I used to like scroll through search to find rotated photos because I wrote some of the photo rotation code at Yelp. And this seems like some of it has regressed. Oh well, not my problem anymore. Whoa, what the fuck? That looks amazing. But anyway, I'm hungry for Mexican food again. But, I don't remember what I was saying. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it looks nice, I guess, but I feel like they sacrificed some of the useful... God, what the what? How would anyone know to look at this little bar here? Oh, is it supposed to be these buttons up here? Okay, I see. Also, they changed the red again. Now it's more Yelpy orange than it used to be. Also, the stars are different now, too. But anyway, they changed a lot about the UI. I'm not just grumbling about change. Oh, also, they don't have a retina. They don't have a retina here. Image. Yeah, this is a default.yelp design web. Well, they changed their asset scheme too. Yeah, this is a non-retina logo, so that's why this looks blurry. But anyway, enough grumbling about Yelp. No one wants to see that shit. Oh, OpenPyXL. Awesome. Yeah, I remember that now. Cool. Stream Deck is basically an overpriced tiny keyboard to map hotkeys to. Oh, so what you're saying is I could make another one of these, but just be my two scenes. Oh, that actually, oh man. That makes me want to build one of these things again. Let's see. Macro keyboard kit. Let's see, how many switches do I have? I have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I could do up to 18 keys. Oh, 16 key. That would be fun. Then I could have keyboard 3! Oh, this looks way too complicated. Does it come with a base too? I want one where I don't have to do soldering. Let's see. Make your own sweet 16 PCB only macro pad. Hey, what's up, Nebastian? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Acrylic case. Acrylic cases are not compatible with already assembled super/sweet 16s. Oh, this looks like soldering. No pre-soldered components. I want something slightly easier than that. This looks like a lot of work. But then I could be a true keyboarder, you know? Oh, it comes with switches? But I have switches. Okay, but yeah, I'll think about that. It'd be kind of cool to have a little thing. And I could maybe I could build it on stream. That would be dope. Maybe I'll do that. What keyboard do you have? Asks Archiatis. It is the Code V387 key with Cherry. Brown? No, not browns. Clears. Clears. That's the keyboard I have. Jester says, Google's done the same thing over time with ads. Yeah, it's really hard to tell the ad difference on Google. I didn't get an ad that time. Maybe I did. Is this an ad? It's gotta be an ad, because this is the same as this down here. Oh, maybe it's not an ad. Who knows? Who fucking knows what's an ad anymore? They're just training us to click on everything. Have you seen those split keyboards? Some people will seem to be rocking them. See, my problem is I cheat when I type. So I really can't use a split keyboard. I'm not good enough to do that. My problem is I use these two fingers more than the rest of the fingers to do a lot of stuff. I also use my pinkies a lot more than these middle two fingers. So honestly, if I just typed like this, it wouldn't be that different from how I normally type. With a split keyboard, you have to like very, very correctly type, or you basically just fuck yourself. But I can't just like, I can't split keyboard like this. So, oh, you do exactly the same thing? Amazing. One of us, but I'm still fast at, I'm still fast at typing. Mindful Fox says, I'll buy your other fingers. Alright, you can have these, Mindful Fox. Okay, what was I doing though? What was I actually working on? Oh, we were trying to figure out how themes are gonna work. We're gonna try and figure out themes are gonna work. I'm actually gonna grab some water. So I will be right back. We'll get to use my BRB scene. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'll be back in just a minute. Gonna grab some water. See, other streamers would be cheeky and run an ad, but no, I don't want to run ads for you guys, because ads are how you get people to leave your channel. Instead, I'll just put a blank screen and you can listen to chill music. I got water, so we're good. Staying hydrated. Drink water. But yes, we are back. Okay, so themes are the next thing. I imagine at some point I'll have a BABI RC file to do themes, but for now, let's just put themes at a very specific location. So I just tried to type ls into a file. Hey, what's up? Ozius C, thank you for the follow. Sorry, I probably mispronounced that, but welcome, welcome. Hopefully your day is going well. Mine's going pretty well, I think. Ugh. Archiatis says, is Toml preferred over YAML in the Python ecosystem? That's another hot button topic of recent. Honestly, I don't have a good answer there. I will tell you that the old answer was INI, and then the slightly less old answer was YAML. And it seems like new tools are picking TOML, but I don't know that it's quite to a dominant phase yet. And I think it's probably a good move, because YAML is holy fucking crazy. Like, YAML spec. I want to say the spec is like, I don't know, 72-page PDF or something. Yeah. Page 1 of 84. Because we need 84 8.5 by 11s to spec this entire configuration language. Like, it's fucking wild. There's no reason that you should need that much to explain how to have a declarative configuration language. I think the Python one is even shorter than that, which is crazy. But anyway, YAML's super complicated. I don't actually, let's see, TOML specification. How long is this spec? Not 84 pages, but it's still kind of long. But it's not like JSON to fit on a index card or business card. But I don't know. TOML will probably eventually become more popular. I think the problems with TOML right now, this is one of the problems, in that it is not at version 1.0, so it's kind of hard to, well, it's hard to rationalize adopting it until it's more, what's the word? More, I don't know, until it's more set in stone. Because like if a configuration language changes out from under you, there's not that much you can do about it. Also, Python has said that it won't include it into the standard library until it's version 1. So, if Python were to grow a standard, like ideally Python would grow a standard library implementation of TOML if it becomes popular, but it's not going to do that until 1.0 exists. So that's kind of a bummer as well. But yeah, those are my thoughts on TOML. Also, I don't know, I think PyProject.toml is mostly hype right now, and there isn't a good reason to switch to it until TOML is a standard library thing. And there's kind of been a toxic community that's grown up around like, use PyProject.toml everywhere. Why doesn't your fucking tool support PyProject.toml? You're a bad programmer because you don't like TOML, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, dude, chill. I don't want a dependency, and 2, fuck off. Like, let me do my own thing. But no, we'll see that change over time. I'm sure if you ask me in like a year from now, I'll be like, yeah, use TOML. TOML's great. Everything's awesome. But today, I don't know, the trade-offs are not there for me yet. Also, another really unfortunate thing is it's going to be really hard for me to move. Like, for instance, if I wanted pre-commit to change from YAML to TOML, that file's not an example. If I wanted pre-commit to change from YAML to TOML, it would be really hard for me to switch this without breaking everything. Partially because TOML doesn't support this sort of this exact structure very well without like super verbose. Because you need like, this is a nesting, this is a list, then this is a nesting, then this is a list, and then this is a nesting, and then you can have lists inside that. So we're already like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels deep of nesting, and nesting is not represented all that well in TOML. So if I were to change, like if I were to move pre-commit to using TOML instead of YAML, I would have to change a lot. That said, I fucking hate YAML. Like I wish I could go back and like change, like if I could change one thing about pre-commit, I think I would change the configuration format. Now, unfortunately, I don't know what I would pick because the alternatives aren't great, or they certainly weren't great in 2014 when I made this thing. I basically had INI, JSON, or YAML. And INI doesn't really, again, doesn't have nesting. It's very similar to TOML, so it wouldn't have worked all that well. Of course, I could have built my own meta format on top of it, but I'm fun. And I'm here to have fun. Why would I do this if it wasn't fun? Yes, INI was probably out. JSON doesn't have trailing commas, doesn't have bare keys, doesn't have comments. That's kind of out. And so YAML was kind of like the least worst of the choices. I'm hoping that this becomes a thing and catches on. I hope that they drop this for humans though, because but JSON 5 is basically JSON, except oh sweet Jesus with trailing commas. Bare word keys, hexadecimal, escaped new lines, multi-line strings. It has all of the things that I would want from JSON, but not super verbose. But yeah, I'm hoping it catches on. And I also plan to part of my endless to-do list of things I want to do. I plan to make a JSON 5 binding, or not binding, but implementation for Python, but no, that's blocked by learning how to do parsers properly, and then that's blocked by everyone in my other project. I don't know, it's probably like 30 or 40 down the list, but I want to do it at some point, and I want to like make it a a robust thing that people can use, but weird. See this J? The little tip is gone. And now it's still gone until I hover over it. Our browsers are weird. I hate trailing commas. Well, that's you mean you hate that they break stuff, or you hate that they're a good idea? Because if it's the latter, we've got some fighting words, man. Anyway, I wrote a thing that ports trailing commas. Would you do it in Python? So it'd probably be a hybrid. It'd be a C module with Python wrapper, and then a pure Python implementation. Similar to how JSON works, mostly so that it's fast in PyPy and fast in CPython. It's a lot more work, of course, to do it that way, but that would be my plan. I would want to do it as like some high-level representation that gets transformed into C code and Python code, but I don't know if such a thing exists. I don't know, I haven't put all that much thought into it, but I have come up with a name. Because it's a terrible pun. It's JSON, but with a 5. But yeah, it doesn't exist yet. But somehow someone has watched my project and started it. 2 people. Well, me. But yeah, it doesn't exist yet, but I hope eventually to make this thing a reality. But I usually hate puns, but this one was just so good that I couldn't pass up. But yeah, I had this idea a year ago, well, more than a year ago, and still have not actioned on it. So we'll see if that ever happens. But like, I think I would be comfortable switching this from YAML to JSON 5. It would make it slightly more indented, but I think the trade-offs are there. Like, I would need a few more curly braces. But anyway, those are my thoughts on config languages. Which, how did we get here? Oh yeah, syntaxes. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is just make it so that there's a theme file in that directory. Actually, it should be in config. Config. Oh, the music stopped. They're still listening. Why is this so big? Uh-oh, probably so stream could see it. XDG config dirs. There's a single base directory relative to which user-specific configuration files should be written. This directory is used by this. CG config home. I think it's ~/.config. If xdg config home is either not set or empty, a default equal to ~config should be used. Cool. So we're not going to bother with this part of the spec. Is this where I make BABI RC? Is this where I figure out the config format? Ugh. Or... What do I do here? Actually, what do I have in ~.config? It does exist. Oh my god, there's a lot in here. Oh, even PUDB has configuration in here. Saved breakpoints -3.6. Breakpoints, wait. 1. Current stack frame top. Scene welcome E034. I guess we can add config file to this. My other idea is we just make theme a symlink and then be like, go user, you set this up, you make it correct. Or not a symlink, but just like a file at a special location. Let's just do that for now. That'll make it easier. I'll just copy a particular theme into my home directory. We will use plus config BABI theme.json. We need to figure out the interface for this. How it's going to work. So, and the reason that I'm worrying about the API here is we also need a way to have coloring be disabled. I need to figure out all the heuristics for that as well. Let's see. We'll be part of this, and we'll probably need some class. Oh, we're gonna do some gross inheritance hacks. Could also use protocols instead. Protocols might be better. Yeah, so what data flow do I need? Well, I have paint here. Okay, so this is the like core editor portion. And we'll have another box over here. That's our highlighter. So this handles, you know, like making our, that should be black, making our lines and whatever. And We need to tell an arrow, kind of. We need to be able to tell this what line to highlight up to. God, what did I just do? I just pressed some keyboard shortcut that caused it to move a little bit. Probably. Oh, and then I fucked up the text wall. We need to communicate what line it needs to parse all the way up to. It also needs to tell it the changes that happen. And we need to retrieve the highlighted regions. I think those are the APIs that I care about. And so for highlighter disabled, this will do nothing, this will do nothing, and this will return an empty tuple. And for now, I'm just going to make it always highlight everything all the time, because we're not going to do any optimization until we need to. Well, this will be slightly smart, but this will always contain all regions for everything, always, all the time. Okay, let's try and make that happen. Where did I put this code? Get color mapping. Oh, we're gonna be deleting that code, so we can start by doing that. Actually, what have we changed so far? Nothing. Alright, we're deleting color tests. It has served us well. Init colors. That'll need to be a thing. Color pair mapping. That goes away. This goes away. Well, it's a little sad to delete that code, but it's fine. That goes away. Oh, I think we just delete this whole file. Let's see, that still passed. And those take a while. Almost need one of those like special oh, there's something else is going on screens. Oh, they're so slow. Well, they could be slower, I guess. That's not so bad. But hopefully this is fine. Oh, I should probably... coverage is gonna fail on these random py files that I have set in my directory, but that's fine. Hey, what's up, Raul Taste Fan? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Look at all those green tests that I haven't run in almost 2 months, and they're somehow still passing. Yeah, the reason these ones are kind of slow is they're actually spinning up the full editor in the background and like interacting with it and making sure things still work. There is a mode that doesn't do that, where these ones are super fast because these all emulate the background except for these two tests here. So that's where most of this 2 seconds comes from. And not suspend. Yeah, so if we ignore the suspend tests, it takes like 1.5 seconds. Yeah, we expect, oh. $50 to $51. 149 and 312. Oh, I guess we don't use color pair anymore. This makes sense. The other one, I guess we don't use Adster anymore, so we can delete this API. This is my fake implementation of curses. Remove color test. Pour one out for color tests. Okay. And then we need to worry about where are we going to put this code. Prompt. History. Perf. Here's the part where it actually draws stuff. File is where it draws stuff. So we can do still file related stuff. Still file related stuff. Perfect. Okay, what were those 3 APIs that I was talking about? Tell it the max display line, tell it the changed lines, and ask for the highlighted regions. Tell it what the last displayed line is. Tell it what lines have changed. And I think we'll do our friend the list spy here. So I wrote this list spy thing. It's actually pretty cool. It basically notices when people run set item, del item, or insert, and records all of those operations such that you can play them back in the opposite order. This is how undo and redo work. But I think I can use the same information here to make the highlighter smart. And actually for the first pass, we can just have this do nothing. It'll be a performance optimization. Actually, let's not implement it for now. We'll make the performance optimization later. And then the last part is the highlighted regions. So this should be a tuple of line number, start, length, and color. There's actually 4 integers. Oh, we need the line numbers though. backwards. This will return a tuple of tuple int. Which we should probably give that a type. Should be line number. Start. And actually we have a function for this, right? Self.highlight, which takes screen margin YXN color. Okay, so these 4 arguments are what we're getting out of here. Y start length and then adder. Ugh. We'll just call this a highlight. And there will be several cases where we won't have We actually kind of want a highlighter per file, so there's actually other stuff to this than just that. Oh, this is so tangly. Maybe I should just write it assuming that the dependencies are there, and then only after that vector them out. Like... So like dump all this code into there and just go from there. This also might be the time where I switch the code from being one file to not. So let's just dump all the code in here and see where that gets us. Get theme demo. Don't need this thing. You kind of need this. Oh, we definitely need this. Versus code. That function. We don't need this code. We do need this code. And this code. Hey, what's up, 74LH44? Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. This is the one that populates the region, so we need this code. That. This will be a method on some class though, probably. Ooh, that's a cool... Those are some cool emotes. Oh, I see. They're Mercy Wings from Overwatch, I assume. I don't actually play Overwatch, so I don't know anything about Overwatch. Hey, what's up, Jay the Potion Seller? You selling some potions, man? Selling some potions in my chat? Highlight output. Oh, this is the non-curses version. Okay. Need this code. Don't need this print styled function though. It's kind of just interspersed in the wrong place. We're gonna move some functions around just so it's easier for me to copy and paste later. This only belongs to that function. We're gonna move this one below the curses one. We're gonna switch the order of this. Still works. Reorder some functions for clarity. Where were we though? We were at print styled. We need to grab code above that. Grammar, Fresendect. Rule, theme, selection, style, and we don't need the table 256 yet. We will need it later. Oh, that'll be cool. I was just thinking about, so in BABI right now, if you paste a bunch of code, it like, oh, what the fuck? Why is the colors weird? Oh, I know why, because I deleted the colors. Right now it like slowly pastes the code over time. Oh, this song's good. Sounds good. Oh, Jay the Potion Seller was asking, what are you doing? Not how are you doing, I see. I can read. We're gonna text editor. This is my text editor. We're trying to add syntax highlighting. Sorry, totally missed that. This is the like kind of working syntax highlighting that I'm currently adapting to work better for that. But anyway. But yeah, this is my text editor. It lags a little bit when you paste a lot of text. That's just, I haven't done any performance optimization. Let's see, table 256, we don't need that. We do need this color type. And don't need any of these. We need the all of this. Unfortunately, because I developed this in a separate repository, there's gonna be a lot of back and forth between the two things. Let's import at the top. Let me run flake8 and see what it's mad about. Uncomment. This. Bucky says, well, I had Vim crash on me, infinite loop feeling, completely frozen when I pasted some text. There were some add-ons doing a whole bunch of context stuff for every line break. Oof. Oh, this song's so good. Undefined name JSON. Introduce JSON to our growing list of things here. Eric. frozen set. Peatless lib. If I name grammar, right. Right. This is where we need to have class. I'm sorry. At this point, you're almost wishing for a raw import star. Just import the whole standard lib. Yeah. I don't think I'm pulling an async IO though, so at least I'm avoiding that half of the standard lib. Okay, but this is the tricky part here, where I need some sort of type. This is where my highlighter comes into play. So let's just make one. This will be a list of region. And oh, it's not a list of region. It's a list of yeah, let's just do list of region for now. We're not gonna do our super optimized thing yet. Actually, we won't even store any values here. But we'll eventually do that. Get regions. This will be public-ish. And we need to take, what did I say it needed to take? Start and end. That'll return a tuple of region. Oh, it needs to know the lines too. It needs to know the lines. Let's do this for now. For line in lines. I happen to know we need to add a new line to this. Okay, so this is super wasteful right now, but we're just trying to get things working. Grammar is undefined, so we need to initialize this with a grammar. Maybe these are just methods of grammar, now that I think about this. But no, grammar has to be immutable, so... Line, this should just be regions. Okay, all the code's there. Now, how do we use it? So we need to load a theme. think we have a default theme. This can all be empty tuples. Can all be false, and then these can be colors. Okay, so that screen actually needs to take in the theme. Which means that... What is this class called? What is this beefy class called? File? I think this is file. No, this is screen. So screen needs to know about the theme. Which gets initialized there. Okay. Alright. So I think we're good. If should make an override for theme. We patch this at runtime. Hey, what's up, QED? Thank you for the follow. I hope at some point to be like, QED! It works! But I don't know. We'll see if we get there today. Also... No, fuck this. We're just gonna use a hard-coded path. Because we're just trying to get something working, not be perfectly right the first time. Let's see if os.path.exists. We need to load both the theme and the grammars. Yeah, the screen should know about both of them, I think. That way we only load them once too. Get xdg data home or os.path.expand user tilde local share star path. And this should be the same but different. The same but different. I believe this is config. So this should probably be always have BABI in here. That way we don't make that mistake. BABI. This should be config. And so then this should be history dir equals xdg data history. Oh no, where's the... Where's the error? 2230. Yeah, this file's getting too long. We might actually need to split things. Okay, here we go. What were we doing? If host.path.exists. Let's see. Theme file name equals xtg config theme.json. If it exists, file name theme equals Cutie says, do you work on open source software full time? I wish. That would be great. No. I work on it for fun. My full-time job, I work on developer experience at Lyft, where I build infrastructure and tools for developers. I'm thinking about whether this needs to be configurable or not. I think this doesn't either. I mean, and by configurable, I mean like from the command line. Do I need an option for that? Has anyone pointed out the irony that you work on developer experience while at the same time you use Nano as your text editor? Yeah, there is a certain tinge of irony to that. But it also means that we develop our tools for the lowest common denominator. We aim at like making things useful for everyone and not just the privileged few that decide to use IDEs. That's what I thought. That's what I expect. I'm probably gonna move these functions around at some point. Is there a word for when something looks like an irony but actually isn't? I mean, I intentionally choose to use poorly done text editor. Host.path.exist xtg data. What did I name? Xmate syntax. So we couldn't figure out the plural. Syntax dir equals xtg data textmate syntax. We want to key them by their scope name. Texter file name 2 ret grammar dot scope name equals grammar turn ret. Name is assigned to it, never used. Well, that makes sense. He says, any resource recommendation for learning / building the front end of compilers? Ooh. I wish I knew more about compilers. I actually don't really myself at all know much about compilers. One of the few things that I wish I would have learned more in school, but I didn't take a compilers class because it didn't fit into my schedule. So unfortunately, I don't have any recommendations. Yeah, I have no idea. Sorry. It may look like I'm implementing a parser here, but I'm really just implementing someone else's spec. And I'm probably not doing it very well, unfortunately. But I'll improve that as time goes on. Untangle this spaghetti mess. Gotcha, thanks anyway. Yeah, no problem. So this screen now needs to take more things in. Let's take the theme and we need to know the theme before this. Oh, that's not. But anyway, we're just making something gross and then we're gonna fix it later, right? Right. I gotta quote these because they're defined that way in the file, not that way in the file. To-do colors. Yes, indeed. To-do colors. Hey, what's up, Rocks? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Curses, dot star color. Where are we doing color stuff? All of these places. And there. Dot start color. What does that function do? Opener. And Zayuka, thank you as well for the follow. Hopefully your day is going well. Start color. Must be called if the programmer wants to use colors before any other color manipulation routine is called. It is a good practice to call this routine right after init. Dark color initializes 8 basic colors and 2 global variables, colors and color pairs, maintaining the maximum. It also restores the colors on the terminal to the values they had when the terminal was just turned on. Restores the colors on the terminal to the values they had when the terminal was just turned on. What does it mean? I don't know. I don't know. Don't know. I don't. But I think this should take the theme here. And then we gotta pass this along. What is our default theme gonna be? We just make it the colors that is. I have those somewhere. So did I get that? White on ground. This D look purple. Highlight.console. I guess it is purple. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, can we get that in RGB? That would be great. Right about now. X. RGB. Oh, 45,934. 45,934. That's foreground. No, we want foreground defaults. Color. Oh, we didn't need it in that. We could have done it this way. Go back to heck. No, not HSLA. Okay, foreground default, bold default equals false. That's our blank theme. Can we actually run now? No. Hey, what's up, Unguestinta? Butchered that one, but welcome to the stream. In 2300. Indeed. And if I name theme, right, we need to take theme here. Start now. Init screen takes 0 positional arguments, but 1 was given. Okay, this needs to take a theme now. Now it should start. Okay, it starts, but it looks ugly. It's fine. Actually, can we actually load our theme is one question.
So space, night, death, darkness, not being there, is an essential component of being. You don't have to run without the other, just as your bicycle has no
Hey, we get a theme.
without having
Cool. Cool, cool. The one unfortunate thing is we modified this class and we didn't modify it over here. So let's do that over here. Maybe I just abandon that that thing and I'll backport. Yeah, I'll just work here. Otherwise it's too much work to keep going back and forth in these things. And assuming I get it working well enough in BABI, then I won't need the demo thing anyway. Unguesgoodfinta asks, what are you programming? I'm working on a text editor. It's a little bit broken right now. That's why it looks kind of funny colored, because I turned off the color support and I'm going to turn it back on soon. But this is BABI. It is a text editor. It has, you know, editing, undo, redo. Has this like, you know, Vim mode. You can sort stuff and undo that, and I don't know. It's a text editor. It's nano-inspired, but with features and fun stuff. And what we're working on today is syntax highlighting. And what we're working on today, what I've been working on for the last like 2 months, is syntax highlighting. So I'm trying to get this to work in BABI. And it means I have to feed a bunch of data through to a bunch of places and work exactly right. That data is not quite fed through in the right places right now, so it's still a little bit up in the air. But that is what I'm working on. Where were we at? So it starts now, and screen gets its data, I assume. Let's see if we get our grammars. Look at that one. Fuck. I don't know what happened here. It's super busted. Oh man, this terminal is real busted. Yeah, this process is forked. It eventually caught up. I don't know what it was doing now. Oh, I have 2 breakpoints, that's why. One was before curses and one was after. There we go. Okay, so that looks good. Okay, so when we initialize the file, oh, it's too late. We've gone too far. File needs to know about the grammar. And the grammar needs to know about the grammar. Eventually. But we don't need to worry about that yet, because I haven't actually done that properly. So I actually don't think screen needs to know about grammars at all. Maybe this fits. No, it's not going to fit on one line once I accept file. Oh, and files are lazily instantiated, so it's going to be a trick as well.
If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough.
So here's the lazy loading code, where we don't figure out what type it is until, or we don't load the lines into memory until that file actually gets accessed. So it's kind of like a small startup hack to make it slightly faster. But that also means that we can't figure out what grammar it is yet. Fortunately, I guess we can give it the blank grammar to start with. Yeah, okay. Sort of private. That's not the grammar parson code that I wanted. Where's the grammar parson code that I wanted? Oh yeah, this loop here.
I never think of which it comes soon.
Okay, for grammar for grammar in self.grammars.values. For grammar, if grammar.matches file, self.file name, self.lines 0, plus a new line because of weirdness, then self.grammar equals grammar, and then break. I think this is underscored.
We cannot solve.
Okay, so that should handle getting us the grammar. Okay, so we know it knows that it's Python now. So that's good. Then what? Then what? In this draw loop, we need to highlight stuff. I'm just gonna copy this for now. Yeah, actually. What is the last line that we need to draw? Display. I'm gonna go fill up my water, actually. I'll be right back in just a little bit, and hopefully I'll be able to finish this up and get it working. But yeah, see you guys in a little bit. Look at me being all professional with my scenes and stuff. Alright, we're back. I forgot what I was doing. Oh, we need to figure out the last line in the file. It should be file Y plus margin lines. Oh. Actually, Walshy says, just installed my first version of Linux. I love it. What distribution are you using? Just because I'm curious. into display. Ubuntu, nice. That's what I'm running. I'm running 1804 because I like LTS, but I'm guessing you probably installed, what, 19.10? Ubuntu. Can definitely spell. What is the version that's out right now? I'm used to macOS and it's very similar. Yes, in some ways. Probably running 1910, if I had to guess. Owen Ermine, whereas I'm running Bionic Beaver. Ho ho ho. More, don't need that anymore. Although I'm actually running Windows, so for me it's similar to Windows, I guess. For region, oh, it's actually regions by line. I think I really just enjoy that it's Unix, yes. It all has the same core, although I like the GNU toolset much better than the BSD toolset, so I'd much rather run Linux than macOS. In enumerate, regions by line, file y colon, self.file y. Line regions. Let me do the highlighting part, if this works. Self.highlight. For region in regions. Self.highlight, standard screen, margin. Oh, I failed to pass log some of the information, probably. Like, this needs screen. We need the colors. Annoying. What is this region class though? Start and scope equals I. Start equals region.start. This should be X. N equals region.end minus region.start. Then color equals some magic here, and include edge should be false. Actually, Walshy says, is this BABI or Vim? Well, this is Nano. BABI's a little bit broken right now, but yeah, eventually it will be BABI. We take the foreground and backgrounds. Oh, it's a scope. Where does the theme come from? Ah, the screen. We could probably just do screen dot header for scope. Region dot scope. Scree! Nice typo there. Could we maybe have this working? Find out in the next episode. Let's see if it works without quoting it. My guess is no. Syntax error, invalid syntax. Indeed, it needs to be quoted. Highlighter is assigned to but not used. I liar, because I can't spell. I also can't spell. This might work. Oh, we need to find this one. Oh, missing a bunch of stuff here. I'll do that. This actually needs to return more than one thing now. We need to keep track of the colors. I'm gonna move this code, but maybe I shouldn't yet. The colors should always be derivable from the theme. I don't need to actually pass them around. Yeah, we can just pass the mapping around and then actually initialize them later. It'll be slightly slower, but it's fine. Miko says, I was about to ask where the name BABI came from, but then I checked your GitHub page. Love the typo-inspired names. Yeah, I really like the name for BABI. It's such a dumb thing too, but I really like it. But yeah, I usually use the text editor Nano, but if you shift one hand over accidentally and typo it, which I frequently did, Nano becomes BABI. Which means that the next text editor that I make will have to be called Bavu. But I don't think I'll ever make another text editor because holy shit, did I I had no idea when I started that what month is it? February? That 7 months after beginning I'd still be hacking on this thing. But it's been fun. This is honestly probably one of the like projects I've spent the most time on in a really long time. And I've learned a lot along the way, which I think is important. Get colors, which will return a tuple of color to int, and that'll be the color pairs and a dict of tuple color to int. And this doesn't fit nicely on one line. So we're gonna do this ugly thing here. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this. Ret equals. Oh, but we also have this up here, so maybe it's fine to leave it like this. Do ret.update dictionary comprehension bgfg to I intent. Oh, we need to figure this out too. Updat. Color I for that code later. Spartan Gator says, what benefit is there to type hinting aside from perhaps the other humans reading your code? So there's this cool tool called MyPy, and MyPy will check the types for you. So it's kind of like another static assertion that your code is working well. Now, granted, I have great test coverage here, so it's a little less necessary. Well, I don't want to say that types and test coverage, replace each other, but there are some things. There's some amount of confidence you can get from type checking that and not necessarily get automatically. Hey, what's up, Batiskiff? We're so close to getting things highlighting. We're so close. We're not quite there yet, though. But yeah, I'm currently copying the code from TextMate, my TextMate highlighter, into BABI. In theory, we will be able to highlight stuff very soon. I'm hoping within, like, I don't know, an hour or so. What time is it? 6 o'clock? Want some dinner at some point. Although everything's gonna be closed today. No. Make food. These return colors. Init screen. Colors pairs equals theme. Let's see. Well, if this fails, that line fails, then we skip this. Fine. Colors pairs equals theme dot. did I just call that function? Color mappings. For color in colors versus dot init color n colors dot values, no, colors dot items, init color n star color dot as curses. That initializes the colors for pair, comma, n in pairs dot items. If n does not equal 0, curses dot init pair n colors FGBG. FG colors BG. That should initialize all the colors. That's a little silly. All of this code here is just to skip the number 7. Because 7 is a reserved number for these. Okay. BABI work again? That's the question. Versus.window has no standard scr. $1977 self. Oh, that's a little sad. Leave that for now. That's fine. Couple has an attribute append. 1032. Regions not append regions. Yeah. GG. An integer is required got type none type. Do you have a dedicated streaming rig? I mean, it's my desktop computer. I do most of my, like, and I spend a lot of time on this computer. That independent of streaming. But yeah, let me quickly go through the specs, I guess. i7 Intel processor, a lot of RAM, a bunch of SSDs. One of these is a spinning drive. I have gigabit Ethernet through Wave, which has been awesome. They've been great. And I have a 1080 Ti for my GPU. Yes. Yes, it is a sneaky VM. Oh, right. Style equals self.theme.select scope. Let's skip bold because I don't remember how to do it right now. I tried to use OBS with this laptop and Pop OS and it struggles. Oof. Pairs equals color pairs. Turn curses dot color pair pairs style.fg style.bg. Theme has no attribute color pairs. Here. What? Oh, it's background, foreground. Oh my god! It's fucked up, but it kind of works! Oh. Oh man. Holy shit. Why is it so fucked up though? Also, it's super laggy. Yeah, super laggy. That's fine, it's because I haven't done any optimization yet. And it's faster when we're at the top of the file. But when we get to the very end of the file, oh, it's not that bad. Oh, it's pretty bad. Yeah. It's actually not that noticeable, though. Okay, but let's fix this. What is going on here? Oh god. What have I done? What happened to my prompt? That was weird. Maybe I should not use the first 8 colors. Yeah, I should use the last colors instead. Oh, and then I don't have to do my weird 7 trick. I think this has to be this. It's close, but the 0 colors are wrong. 0 and 7. Also, it's super fucking laggy. Damn. You should keep that as the original theme. Yeah. Install the fucked up theme for for weird highlighting. You're right, Warpaint. What the hell? Why is this? Oh, I know why. We're clobbering it here. Oh, I could have done that with, fuck. I could have done that with, list comprehension. Fucking sick. It kind of works. Definitely super laggy, but it works. And if I change this to a triple quoted string here, BABI has colors, guys. Is it fast? No. Is it correct? No. Is the code nice? No. But it works. Oh man. That's pretty cool. What is going on there? Oh, that's the bug. This is one of the bugs. See how it flashes to unknown key? Yeah, there we go. Managed to land on it. If the key gets pressed too quickly, the key parsing code just like continues reading, and it should this is one undo press and this is another undo press, but it doesn't know how to differentiate those, so it jams them all together and then's like, what are you doing? I didn't realize that was a faster way to reproduce this, but God, it's so slow. It's fine. I know how to make it fast. Haven't done that yet. Pretty cool. I wonder if I could change the cache sizes and that'll just make it faster. It's ridiculous. Alright, that's enough. I scrolled up like 5 minutes ago. That one has a fixed size, that one's fine. That one's unbounded. That one's unbounded. Okay, never mind, they're all unbounded. Anyway, I think that's gonna do it for today. Hey, what's up, Fat Cow Disease? Thank you for the follow. Syntax highlight or WIP syntax highlighting kinda works. Module doc string appears after code. You're not wrong past me. No. Get rid of this garbo. Argument 1 to tuple is incompatible list tuple region, expected iterable region. Wait, did I really fail at alphabetizing that poorly? Good job, me. Tuple! Right, Fat Cat Disease? Object has no start and scope. Doesn't know about some type there, so not good. 1032. Argument to tuple as incompatible type list tuple region. Expected iterable region. This should be tuple that. I guess. Argument 1 to matches file of grammar has incompatible type optional stir expected stir. Indeed, it caught a bug there. So actually, I'll show the bug. This is one case where the type checker is great. If I run BABI with no arguments, we get a crash. And now that we've checked it, it works. That's not what I wanted. Invalid index type slice for mutable sequence no slice. Expected type int. Oh, fuck me. You're not wrong past me. I'm not gonna bother fixing it though. Argument 1 to get regions of has incompatible type stir expected list stir. Right, so this needs to be there. Test/file test. Too few arguments. Oh, right. So it now takes a dictionary. Too many arguments for repper. Okay. So everything is slightly busted, but BABI can highlight BABI now. With some lag. But improving the performance shouldn't be that hard. Just mostly right now it's a little bit... Oh, what the fuck? Case not implemented error. HN equals min curses.calls. I guess we'll just trust past me. What did I do to do that? Just like scroll down a bunch? Probably the comment that went off the screen. Actually, let's undo that. Validate this. So if we have a comment that's really long, goes off the screen, and I try and open that, okay, we get that crash, and then we put this code here. Oops. Now we open this, it works, and we can, oh, that's broken. Yeah, I got it right on this direction, but not on this direction. Oh, and the highlighting's out of order. Let's fix that. It's teeny things to fix. So the syntax highlighting needs to happen before the selection highlighting. Here. Now that's nano. So now if we select, it should... but here it should... Let me leave a note for myself. Y equals self dot y. Line x equals this. X is less than line x. Okay, so this is where it's off the screen. Okay, before I go down another rabbit hole, I'm just gonna add this and call it good here. Got here. Whip. Syntax highlighting kinda works. $700 insertions, 25 deletions. What could go wrong? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna call that for there, and let me go find someone first. Well, actually, before we find someone to raid, gotta do my little spiel. Let's see. if you liked what you saw, oh, should I? I wonder if I should do it in the face mode or not. No, but then I can't show you. Indecision. But yeah, if you liked what you saw and want to check out other content that I make, I usually upload it to YouTube afterwards, and see all my previous streams and stuff. Yeah, so that's youtube.com/AnthonyWrightsCode. I usually stream on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Pacific. Today is obviously not a Saturday, so this is kind of an unplanned stream. But I usually announce those in two places. One of them is on Twitter. That's twitter.com/codewithanthony, which is not my Twitch handle, because Twitter doesn't let you have handles that long, so oh well. But I usually post something that's like, I'm going to be streaming in this amount of time, and blah 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 blah. So you can get that there. You can also get it on Discord, which I have just posted in the chat here, over there, down there. You guys are free to join the Discord. It is, I don't know, talk about programming stuff, and it's kind of fun. But yeah, that's all I've got for today. I'm gonna go find someone to raid.